All right. Test, test. In the chat, hear us? It looks like it's coming through. That's the hope. It looks like they can, so... I can hear you. It goes up when you speak. I'm just louder, I guess. Are both of us able to be heard? Yes? Is that louder? I can be louder. Can you guys hear me as well? We need to know confirmation that both people are able to be heard. All right, chat. So sorry about the technical difficulties. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can get things rolling here. So let me go ahead and introduce who we have here in the booth. I am Eris. I will be your primary caster tonight. Alongside me, I have the lovely Arya, who will be manning the cameras and all of that since we're having some microphone difficulties. Today we have our first streamed game of Season 4 of Annihilation Overwatch, so I want to thank everyone for stopping by and coming on in. So, if y'all could hear that, that was Arya confirming that she is here. So, so the two teams we have here today, we have a rebranded team called a Great Value, and then on the other side we have Vicious Vanguard. We don't have a lot of looks coming in of what these teams will be looking like moving forward. Let's talk a little bit more about what we're going to be seeing here. As I said before, this is the first streamed game of Season 4 of Annihilation Overwatch, and it's really kind of just a blank slate. Last season, we had Spectrum and Styx as our Tier 3 and 4 winners, and so coming into this new season, it's going to be a clean slate. Now, everyone's been set at the 0-0 mark. And it's all great coaches say, it's all about getting over that first game hump. If you can get the confidence to get over that first game, you can have... Sorry, I'm just reading chat. Everyone hearing the woo. The woo in the background. Yep, that's the one. So as we're moving forward, it's all about kind of getting a momentum on your side, trying to see if you can start out the season on a plentiful, good note. And as we're setting up here, it looks like we're just getting some confirmations from people in chat. Looks like we're just confirming some readies, and then we'll be moving into our first map.
I realized I could just unmute my mic through OBS, and I don't have to use Overwatch audio. He's in the same room as me. Five Maga Clutch is not a viable comp. Please stop.
As No Limits has already taught us, 5 Magas is an amazing idea. You have a healer, you have your tank, and you have DPS all rolled into one. It's like Release Brig, but better.
Release Brig is a scary thought. Don't remind me.
What do you mean? You don't remember when you could animation cancel her primary so you could just get a million swings in at once? For those of you who don't know, you used to be able to animation cancel your Brig by using primary and then quick melee, which is the same thing, but it would reset the animation, so you would just be able to get like 2 hits in. So I see some memeing going on here as we're trying to set up the lobby efficiently. Looks like it's just waiting to be started. Listen.
NA host.
NA host. Would it really be an NA host without any sort of NA?
No. Five Maui. No, 5 Maui. We don't want 5 Maui. What are these
Alright, let's
comps?
see
Oh
what kind
no.
of comps we're seeing here. Probably unsurprisingly, at a great value, we're seeing the Maga comp.
Oh, look at the Dunsparce! That is so cute.
Is it really any surprise the comps we're seeing here? We're seeing the Brig Juno with a Diva. I think that Diva actually might be an interesting look into this. We typically see that Brig Juno, we see it very strongly with Maga because of the stability it's able to bring. So I don't know how this same comp is going to work within, you know, with the Lucio Mercy. Like they're putting a lot of potential in just being able to get that first pick potential. So it looks like, I mean, so far they haven't had to use this cardiac overdrive yet, but it looks like yep, they're gonna have to disengage. They weren't able to get that pick fast enough, and now they are kind of losing fight against this Diva. This Diva is gonna get so much value from being able to sustain, and with this support line of the Lucio Mercy, you just don't have any sort of sustain. So they need to like get a pick and they need to get it fast. That's the idea. I mean, like the damage boost, like the Maga, you just kind of eat that, and I'm surprised they haven't been able to burn down. In fact, Adventure was able to get a pick, and despite what I was thinking, okay, so the Brig does end up getting the pick, but it's not going to matter, as the Brig is the last one to die. That's exactly what I'm kind of curious how that happened. It may have been kind of a random pick coming in from the Venture, a random pick coming in here from Don't Fix on the Junkrat. But yeah, if you're able to get a pick, then this Maga comp works really, really well. They just have to, I was just saying, the whole goal of what they're going to have to be trying to do is slow down this game. They're going to have to make it as slow as possible. They're going to have to make it as long-lasting as possible. I think that Diva's a good pick for that. You just can't get caught out first. That Cassidy is going to be the primary stomp target. I mean, that Brig is also a pretty good looking target, but with the sustain from the Juno sitting right on them, I think that Cassidy, once they get that hinder out, especially if you can bait that out during like a jump. Oh, I really like the early aggressive beat here. Like I said, they're just going to right on top of this Cassidy, and he's going to be the first one caught out. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Bolt come out here just to win this fight. Oh, yep. And look, they got that Brig right there. That Brig is going to be in some dire straits, although looks like they're going to be able to keep her alive. The Pulse Run goes out into the Mercy, and despite the Manga ult there, it still looks like the fight's going to go the way of Vanguard there. Looks like everyone's starting to get a little bit into this. There's the ult going in there. Ooh, that was great coordination there. They just fell right into that little room. And I don't want to say that that was necessarily a decision-making diff there, but I mean, you're going into a small room against a Junkrat Venture Maga. That's probably going to end in some sort of disaster. One thing I would like to see is maybe some more high ground utilization. I would love to see also maybe some slightly slower gameplay, like the Brig. You're getting a lot of sustain through the Brig. That's what the Nitro is able to do. You just kind of get in there, so you can secure that one pick, and just like that, you're already forcing the Diva Bomb out before the fight's even begun. Now they are probably only going to get the touch from the Tracer. With the Tracer still getting recall off. But it's the fact it felt like the momentum was complete. Yep, there you go. The Cassidy got picked out first again. Mercy whips out the Glock. Now Juno's dead. Support's getting bloodthirsty here. And it's just going to be great value rolling over. I love the speed with which this Maga comp is playing. They go in, they have their target. I mean, we know that Cassidy is going to be the most vulnerable of the group. I mean, Brig is obviously going to have a shield and maybe a little bit more sustain. And that's why I believe, like, yeah, that's what I was thinking here. You really that Cassidy, I don't think was providing enough, and that pick like that, Sojourn is just better. You get the same amount of. Sorry, I just the slow walking is always gonna get me. So we are still gonna see the Brig Juno, which I think was something that was pretty good for this comp here. I believe that is still a very viable option that they have. Looks like Don't Fix is dropping very low before the fight, but they are able to get the heals out. Looks like early point advantage is likely going to go to the side of great value as they got this really good advantage. That looks like prime stomping grounds. Yep. Right, and they're just gonna stagger that out as long as they can. So it truly feels like, despite having the Juno, there's not enough speed or rotation speed, more specifically, on where they want to go, and that Maga is going to just stomp on them every single time. Yep, I mean, that's what you want to do. Like, you're able to poke him out, he pops cardiac, and he can't get anything from that cardiac. Oh, the Mercy win for one of the most inspirational reses of all time. Aria, you want to say something about that?
It's my kind of res. That's what I do every time. And sometimes it works, and most of the time it doesn't.
Oh, hello, Marlo. And yes, I would agree. Great value is seeming to get some intense value. The shareholders will be very happy with
You would
this.
almost say it's great.
So, the Tracer pick is the one that's interesting to me, because obviously you're going to want to try to poke out as much as this as possible. Oh, they got the Mercy from that. Interesting. They are going to be able to trade out for the Diva mech, which, honestly, they were able to secure the pick, which, honestly, I think is ultimately worth it. Oh, they just a little bit late. That pulse does come through, but just after the Mega. That Brig is seeing, oh, ouch. I just felt that one on my head. And this is the kind of value you're going to see out of the Maga, just being able to get in on those supports. It's really all about being able to play two things. You have to play the positional difference. You have to be able to play these high grounds and be able to rotate quickly. Especially if you're playing a composition with the Brig. The other thing you might want to do if you're trying to go against a Maga comp like this, ditch the Brig Juno and try to see if you can get value out of something like a Lucio, that's just another great combo. They seem to have that stomp, Junkrat combo just on lock. I'm surprised they chose not to stagger out the Baby Diva. That likely would have been the round, as they're setting back up on height. I think this Brig Juno, preferably, I don't think it's mobile enough with the rotation speed that they currently have.
Speaking of mobile, this Lucio is on a mission.
Oh my goodness. I mean, oh, that was just, I feel bad for that Brig. That being said, they are able to res the Junkrat, but the Lucio is down. And, oh yeah, they do burn the Diva mech. So it's just having to burn through that little bit of extra health for there.
This ends now.
And it does look like they're gonna be able to finish it out, and I would even argue a fairly dominant showing from great value there. I mean, a lot of the big issues we saw were truly with, I feel, timing. and maybe some decisions with positioning, especially if you're playing that slower break composition, just getting picked apart on the rotations. Well, I mean, what can you really do about that? That nitro, damage boosted as well. That's nasty stuff. And looks like the first map is going to go to great value. So we're going to take a short break here as we talk with our players about what the next map is going to look like.
We'll be right back.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome back. We're getting ready for our second map here. It looks like Vicious Vanguard selected Midtown as map 2. As we're getting ready to go in here, see like what kind of compositional changes we'll see. It'll be interesting to see if we're going to see the same MAGA comp we see out of Great Value that they showed off in map 1. I think with a lot of the MAGA nerfs, ever since the hotfix, it'll be interesting to see if there'll be some sort of different strategy, maybe something a little bit pokier, a little bit divier that we tend to see on maps like this. I think with the recent SIG buffs, and the perks that I think SIG is very viable on this comp, I think Diva, I think Winston have also been historically good. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of comps we see coming in here on map 2. And with that on the mind, let's also talk about something. We weren't able to set it up in time due to technical difficulties, but we are setting up gambling. Yay! You can bet your great points on whoever you believe is going to win the map, and whoever ends up getting it will win lots and lots and lots of grapes. You can redeem those grapes for different rewards, such as different player camera, different sort of sound effects.
The best sounds.
You can make sure that your favorite player is highlighted.
I'll play a sound for you guys right now, just because I can. Let's play this one. And you can all let me know if you even get to hear it on stream, so.
Alright, we got our first star just waiting on the other side before we head in here. And there it is. It looks like we're heading into our second map. Yep, here we go. Okay. Perfect. It looks like we're getting everything in line and set up. In about 20 seconds, we're going to see whether or not we're going to see this rather well executed. That we will not. Looks like we just need a quick switch.
Ready for battle.
We see some NA hosts coming in chat. So we're fixing a spec issue, which I believe has already been resolved. And Don't Fix, who we had on the Junkrat last time, filling in on support this map. As we see a Widow Genji composition here. I have very mixed feelings on this. But I guess it's really up to see how the teams perform. So let's get right into it. I think this Ramatra comp is a really good idea. I think it is able to get a lot of space. I think we're able to get an adequate amount of poke-in. You have quite a bit of damage reduction. And being able to just like hold block and in his face, he's able to get so much less out of the healing there. Like they've already been able to cut off a lot of those longer sight lines from Seda here on the Widow. I mean, they were able to. Oh, yeah. One thing I will say, perhaps a little bit too aggressive on there with the. Oh, I see some headshots coming from Seda as they pick up 2, looking for a third, but not able to find it. Oh, there it is. There's the third for Seda. Would pick up 3 in that fight. Who, as we can see, has the Jade weapon skin on Widow. Looks like they're
I don't
trying
even
to see
remember
how
who I
to
got my
approach
shade
this.
weapon on.
I guess a comp like this, you're obviously thinking about cutting off some of these longer sight lines, maybe trying to see if you can wrap all the way through Fire Station.
No one can hide from my
Yep, alright, so we do see that already taken out. Oh, they are able to take out that support pretty early. And if they can keep out this Ramatra, which it looks like they're going to be able to. Oh, a stray shot comes in, and is it going to get them? They are able to trade out the Maga though, and if they play this correctly, it should actually end up being a cap. Looks like that Genji's trying to come back out onto the brig here. Which, yep, there it is. And they're just trying to wrap around, play this safely. And you gotta respect that. And that's just gonna be out being able to deal with this Malga. Which, oh. Wow, that Genji just cleaned up that Juna. And this fight would look like a very promising fight when no progress has been bought yet. They haven't been able to clear out any of these angles. Oh, it looks like Genji got a little bit too aggressive there. And it's going to end up paying for their life. So now they're going to see if they can press the advantage of this 4v5. They know this tank is on the high ground. Ooh. It looks like a nice Maywall is able to block it, but it's not going to matter as the Maga is able to pick up 2 kills. The Widow's taking a very aggressive off angle. At this point, with this level of unsuccess on this ramp comp, do you just forego the ultimates and make a total compositional change? Looks like they're going to try to rely on just ult spamming. They have 4 ults in the bank here. And in that time, this Widowmaker's already picked up 2 ults themselves. They know there's going to be no ults on the side of great value. So it's just going to be all about setting this up. Just go ahead and, you know, try to take this. So we see the fight starting up. Like, oh no. Some great kills going in there, but that Ramacha's going to be the next to fall, in spite of everything. And it is still a winnable fight. You can't count anyone else out with that Brig being able to keep them up there. They do get the touch. That Yari does get headshot, having to back up. In spite of my own thoughts, oh, they're able to turn up the Juno. And that's most of the healing right there. So they do have that rally. I'll be able to keep everyone else up. The Yari does pick up a kill. It's just going to be about whether or not they're going to be able to get the kills before the cap's able to come through, which so far doesn't quite look like it. The Yari pops a rather auspicious ult there, as it does look like the kills on the both supports are going to come through. In this fight, all of... Ooh, wait, the Widow's back. They pick up 2, and it's just the Ramatra left. What was a 3v1 is now going to be a 3v1 on the other side. And just like that, everyone thought was going to be a pretty easy cap ended up being a nice retake for the side of great value.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
That was some really good timing there from the side of great value. I think there was a lot of really good things that you can say there for the side of Vicious Vanguard. I think they started getting some great individual plays down. I think being able to get some early picks onto, you know, like the Genji, that one fight, you got an early pick onto the Yari in a second fight, and you were able to capitalize on, you know, being able to take some of the space off of that. I think the only difficulty has been in being able to secure these fights, making sure you're able to get the cleanup. But I mean, there has been some great individuals. There's been some great individual plays, and I do not think they can be discounted. I think the big thing we have to be looking for here is trying to see if we can get a full hold. And if they're able to put some of those plays together, able to get some of these cleanups, maybe find a way to chunk down this, this Maga, maybe deny some of his value. I mean, they're probably not going to try to pull the Widow out here. And, if you're able to do that, maybe you can see Vicious coming out of this with a full hold. They could even come out without giving up a tick. So I don't think we can count anyone out of this. We've seen crazier things happen.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
They are choosing to go for the Junker Queen against this, which is not a bad option. I think it tends to have a slightly skinnier hitbox. Oh, they are able to catch a soldier out on the off angle. And look at the Sombra pick. Oh, a nice pick onto the Lucio. Looks like overstaying the welcome just a little bit too long. I think this is the kind of comp you really want to see. It's just a comp that is just going to chunk down the opponents. It's going to be a lot of catching people out of rotations, a lot of really forcing these smart changes. But like I say, that the soldier is able to go ahead and kill the Sombra, and they already have point presence. It's just going to be about whether or not they are going to be able to retake this. They've already given up a tick. Now they only get one more of those to give up. Oh, and it looks like it's just going to be cleanup from the side of the soldier as the soldier picks up 3 in the fight. And that should be all she wrote. As that's going to be... Oh, as I say that, there is still a last-minute contest coming in from Sombra, but that will be as great value. Cleans up and takes map 2.
Play of the game.
It does unfortunately look like...
We won't make any decisions yet. He doesn't know anything that's going on. Don't mind him.
There was an emote at the end of the game.
We will be right back. Hello, friends. We are back. So given what you guys did see on stream, one of our rules is that you cannot emote outside of the spawn room. If we come to an agreement that we deem it as obviously accidental, waving also is allowed, then we usually let it pass, but after a quick discussion, given the time restraint, we did follow through with the rulebook and hold to the map forfeit. But to make it fair for everyone, the casters chose the map, so we're going to continue on to map 3.
All right, and just like that, we are heading into technically our third map. It is our third map, Coliseo. The scoreline is currently sitting at 1-1 after the map forfeit. But that being said, it's a clean slate now. It could be anyone's game. So let's try to see what kind of comps we'll have coming up here. Let's see if we're going to see the same MAGA comp we've been seeing. There has been a great level of success coming from that, from the side of Great Value. Or if they're going to try a new look and try to see if they can, come out with a surprise, surprises with a new composition. And I'd love to see what kind of counter composition we're going to be seeing from the side of Vanguard. What do you think, Arya?
I have no idea what's going on at any given point in time, so I am not the one to ask.
Perfect. Thank you for the commentary. Alright, and just like that, we will see, surprise, it's the MAGA comp. Everyone loves MAGA comp. Along with the Soldier 76 Genji. This has to be one of the most interesting. Yeah, so as we are going in here.
Yeah, he thought I was talking to him privately, so he muted, so you guys didn't get to hear my sassy comments. It's one of the comps of all time, and I am surprised that Vanguard hasn't decided to use an Ana yet.
I agree. I think the Ana would be a really strong tank. They really force them off of this kind of. Actually, they have changed the backline up a bit. That is a really big ante onto the backline. The Brig is going to be the first to fall. They are able to trade out the tank for the side of that, so it is anyone's fight. Oh, that combo there. The Ante just getting in there, as it looks like the Ante is just dismantling this Ana Juno backline. The MAGA coming back from spawn, as a MAGA should be. It's really going to be, I feel like, a little bit of this poke battle as we see the Soldier going on a mega flank all the way behind them. Oh, and it's going to end up going off as Soldier manages to pick up 2, but trading for their life afterwards. But I'd say that's pretty worth it if you're able to pick up 2 off the back of that. And I think that's just knowing your map geometry, knowing where you're gonna flank from, knowing How are you gonna get there? I saw some flank routes I have never seen anyone do before. So I guess there's some credit where credit is due. Big pulsar. The stomp's gonna come through. Sleep comes through. And they are going to try to keep this down. As the soldier on another flank managed to pick up a kill. Once more. Looks like they're throwing Nano onto Genji. That is gonna be enough to pick up both supports. Looks like they're just able to push spot all they want when there's no supports there, so they're getting so much free push, so much free space here. And they're gonna be able to stagger out these kills with no supports. If they can get a kill onto this queen, and I think, honestly, this is exactly what you wanted to see. Using some of these ultimates reactionary, wow, big word. Oh, that queen I don't think got anyone. I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication there, perhaps a assumption about where the enemy was. That being said, cleanup is coming through for the side of the great value. As things are still starting to approach the end of the map here, as once again this soldier's been getting a lot of value. I feel like soldier's never been in a great state for Overwatch, except for the very few times where he's been a must pick. So it's very interesting to see a pick like that over something like a Sojourn or a Cassidy, which typically has a little bit higher pick potential. There's a soldier ulting. Are they gonna get able to get in? Hey, they are able to pick it up. Looks like they're gonna try to chunk down this tank. As the Suzu does come out, but it's just gonna be all for naught. Clock reads 6 minutes. And it looks like that'll be it. A 4-minute cap for the side of great value. And that's gonna bring the score up to 2-1. As we could be going into what could be our final map here. Kixo gets to play the game on Genji with the cosmic weapons. Oh, they aren't cosmic, I apologize. They're just purple with the skin.
Alright, with that, we will take a short little break and run an ad, as we do in between maps, and we will be back shortly.
Alright, everyone, and welcome back to what could be the final map of this first casted series. And it looks like, oh, yeah, Solaire's already dead. Solaire has already died.
Initiate.
As I was saying before, this is map 4 of our first casted game of Season 4 of Annihilation Overwatch. And it's going to be on Rialto, everyone's favorite escort map. Escort. That's the right word. Here in a few seconds, we're going to be seeing the compositional choices. Let's see if they decide to stick with the Maga. And just as we expected, there is a Maga. More interestingly, it looks like we are going to be able to see the Widow duel coming in here.
Know how you zip around without getting dizzy.
And I think that'll be something that's going to be very, very good to watch.
Loosen up. This is supposed to be fun.
Alright, let's see how they decide to set this up. We see the Tracer setting up on high ground already. See the Widow just sitting on low ground. Alright, let's see how this goes. Looks like they have a Life Weaver. I wonder what kind of shenanigans they have set up here. Looks like actually a fairly conservative approach from this Widow. We're gonna scope out what the enemy has. It seems to be working. This Life Weaver, I think, is really going to be a interesting pick. Being able to allow the Maga to get a lot more aggressive than they normally would be able to be. Being able to rely on that life grip if they so desire. Yeah, Sojourn taking high ground, however, could be a slight issue without a lot of the maneuverability from the side of Great Value. And just like Zeta is able to find a pick onto the Lucio, another big pick. It's just gonna be clean up from here. Theta picks up 2, Tank picks up 2, and that'll be all she wrote. Once again, this is just we just see this Widow able to get effective pokedown. The Widow's already 85% to ult, and they're spraying the wall. They're just spamming oops. And there's the Widow. Looks like they're trying to put some pressure down onto this Widow, but anytime they dive in, it's just getting punished. They're just going after that backline. Looks like they are gonna be they are gonna be able to keep up the honor despite what things I initially thought, and it's going to be another fight win for the side of Great Value. Long range sleep dart as Anthony is going to come in onto the Diva. Nano boost coming up here for the side of Don't Fix. Let's see whether or not they get any value to this Diva bomb. Looks like and I agree with what the Diva's doing. I think they need to be able to play off these high grounds a bit more effectively. Avoid the brawl. I think that's the biggest thing. Ana and those Life Weaver are really big targets. And if you can just you have more maneuverability than them, and they feel like they're trying to force this brawl if they just can't win. And looks like it's not even gonna matter that they ended up dropping the ult there. They're still gonna be able to get the kill. That's a nice stick onto the Kiri there. As we're getting down to the last minute or so. And that is a great life grip as the Widow is able to get the better of their counterpart. The Honor is dead. Sojourn just picked up 2. However, is it going to be able to be enough as a surgeon falls? It looks like if they're able to get this kill on the Mog, which they are, then oh, looks like we had a disconnect from the Ana player. We don't fix. And we're going to be waiting on them to get back before we continue. So we're going to take a momentary break until we can get them back in the game. Alright. Here we go. Looks like a rather unfortunate disconnect. And they are able to get the team at kill.
10 seconds remaining.
That's amazing. Potentially a big opportunity. As it looks like they're going to be able to get a good bit of value out of being able to reset that nano ult charge. That tank is so low. Oh, but, and just like that, the DMX does come through. Then it's gonna be whoever gets the first pick. It looks like it's gonna be the Lucio. And it's just gonna be clean up from here. 3 picks. As our overtime ticks down, and it is gonna be a full hold. Very well played there from both sides.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
I have a feeling this is gonna be a very close ending here.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Alright, so we do see a Diva comp, and looks like pretty much the same comps we were seeing before.
You're making too much noise.
It's not noise, it's music.
Very well, you're making too much music.
It looks like we're gonna have the Mog at the door and ready. Let's see if we can get
1.
any highlight reels. You see a really close tracer hold. And unfortunately for Hydrate Water, it looks like they did check their corners. And see, Seda has already picked off the Ana. Are they gonna be able to get a kill? Oh, they are able to trade back as the headshot onto Don't Fix comes through. Both are down to support, but City gets the better of the Widow in the 1v1. And now it's they're one short. Are they gonna be able to get any sort of pressure? Margaret's falling awfully low, but it doesn't look like they're gonna be able to get anything from it. So Margaret is continuing to push forward. But they just can't get through anything. Oh, and Boop does end up coming through, and that's gonna be a D-Mech. And it looks like that might be it. I may stand corrected. Oh, and the disrespectful shot to the side by the Widow is going to be the way this one ends. 3-1 for the side of Great Value Walmart brand.
Play of
There's no confirmation that they are Walmart brand. They
You-
might just
that is
have
correct.
a great value.
Oh no, he hit him with the spray. You can't do that.
Alrighty. So with that, you'll see on screen we have a 3-1 in favor of great value, and to continue from there, we will choose our honorable mention first, and that will be from the side of Vicious Vanguard. Who do you suggest? I have my opinions just from watching.
Let's hear him.
I would say Hydrate, because I don't think he missed a pulse.
I think Hydrate did very well. I think there was certainly a lot of times that some very big kills came through from Hydrate. I also think the DPS counterpart of Yen. Sorry, my eyesight's not what it used to be. I think especially in the Sojourn on that last night, be able to kind of have a little bit of clutch factor there. I think Hydrate definitely deserves a honorable mention throughout all of that.
Alright, and with that, we're gonna move on to the side of great value and choose our MVP. I have no opinions here, other than, you know, everyone on that team had their own quirks. I think the tank, I think Seda, the Lucio at the beginning.
I think it was a very strong team showing. I think they had a really good idea of how they wanted to play this composition, and I think everyone played a pivotal role. But I don't think any of that could have happened without the tank. I don't think if the Maga had the gumption and the ability to get in and out like they did, that the comp would have worked nearly as well. So my opinion is that the MVP of this one is probably going to go to Stink.
I think that is a perfectly good decision. With that, we are going to call an end to this stream today. You can catch, not us specifically, but Annihilation live again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with Spectrum versus Silver Star Surfers. You might get to see me and Eris play. Perchance. That'll be hosted by Rocky and Rain. So we hope that we will see you tomorrow, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. Have a good night, everybody.
That's right. Have a good night, everyone.